If you're just comfortable, well, things are going to stay comfortable. But if you get uncomfortable, that's when things will start to change. Good morning and welcome to my channel. CLFurlong here, and we are all about running and lifestyle and everything in between. It is a wonderful morning. It is beautiful. It's so fresh. It's another sunny, beautiful morning. It's 7 a.m. and it is Tuesday, and today we are going to jump straight into, well, actually not straight into, but we are going to be going through the book by Pat Flynn called Let Go. And I think this is a book that is relevant to everyone, whether you're still working or whether you're thinking of doing your own thing. It's got a little bit of something for everyone. Very, very good. We're going to jump into that. But first, of course, we're going to go do a run. So if you want to jump over to the book review, you can jump over to here, in this part of the timestamp, or obviously if you click down below, you'll be able to see that as well. If you came here for the book review, you can jump straight over there. Otherwise, what we're going to do, and then we're going to get out and do a run, and then come back and do the book review. Make sense? Yeah. We're nearly at the end of the year, and I mean, things have been a roller coaster this year, and they still are, and there's plenty more to come, I'm sure, whether it's good or bad, and that's all part of the journey, right? I just wanted to kind of say that. There's a lot of reasons why I wanted to say that, but I feel like, as I keep saying, there's a lot of things here which just I think about, or I feel like I want to share, and I just want to share that with you. So anyway, I'm blabbering. Let's get out, let's get this run done and dusted. Should be pretty good. All right, let's go. Oh, this is great. So calm and peaceful. So good. Yes. That was one sweaty session. Whew. Felt good. It was tough. It was a tough run. I was almost contemplating of doing 4K just because it was tough. But no, I wanted to push through, and I'm definitely feeling it. Probably a bit tired. Probably not. I think what we're going to do, we're just going to jump straight into the book recap, and I really want to share that with you guys, and that's the intent of this video. So let's jump on that. Roll the intro. So Let Go is a book by Pat Flynn, and if you're not new to my channel, you know that I advocate for the guy. Everything that he's doing is great and wonderful, and you need to go check out everything he's doing, because he really is doing wonders. Now, if you're new here or you haven't heard of Pat Flynn, same thing, you need to go check him out. So whether you're new or you're not new or whatever, go check him out. But of course you need to check out this book. And Let Go, I didn't know what it was about originally, and then as I started to read and listen to more of his books, obviously I wanted to check out the rest of his books, and I still have a few to go through. But Let Go, the premise of this book is it's a memoir of overcoming adversity and treading your own path. Now, it's very broad, but essentially, to give some context, Pat Flynn, he, like any other average Joe, was doing his thing. He went to school, he studied, he got his certificate or degree in architecture, and he joined an architecture firm. Was doing really good, hustling, all that jazz, and then he was let go. And I think this is very relevant for this year as well, because he basically goes through the, takes you through and helps you understand that things can always change, and you can plan for a lot of things, but at the end of the day, some of those things are out of your control. But it's when you have a job and you work for someone else, there's always that chance of letting go. And he takes you through that, and he then goes into about the whole idea of, well, you know, what can you do about it? What should you do about it? What did he do about it? And it's basically a bit of his life journey. So, you know, primarily it's basically focuses on the notion of Pat losing his job, and then what he wanted to do about that was, well, he didn't want to have to rely on it. He didn't want to have to, you know, always think about his job or working for someone else, but how he could build something for himself, and that he had the capabilities to do things which, one, he probably never dreamed of, but in order to do that, he had to let go from a number of different things, not just, you know, working for someone else, but mindsets and things like that in order for him to grow. So it's not just about, you know, letting go and trying to get out of the 9 to 5, but also about taking the steps to ensure that you grow regardless of what you're doing. So it's relevant for all areas, whether it's building a business, working a job, or just life, or leveling up yourself. So in the book, he touches on processes, workflows, ways of working, and, you know, taking the approach of operating as a CEO other than being the all hands on Larry. And what I mean by that is, you know, the difference between doing everything yourself versus, you know, taking the step up and thinking bigger picture and having people do things for you. And I think that's probably a key part of this as well. Once again, letting go of things in order to grow, right? I think the other key thing here is he repeatedly gives you day-to-day examples or situations, or, you know, examples of things that have happened to him, or how he retaliated, reacted, or proactively took control of situations. And I think from listening to those, you're able to, you know, take them to help you grow further, whether it's, once again, in your job, or whether it's in your life, or growing your own business. So there was a number of different takeaways which I had, or lessons, and I think they're always going to be a bit different to everyone, but these are the takeaways for me. I want to walk you through them. So there's 4, and the first one being the elephant. I mean, this is how he essentially kicks off the entire book, is, you know, if you chain a small elephant or a baby elephant to a chain and a stick, as it grows up, it thinks it's stuck to that stick. It doesn't understand that it has the power, it has the ability, it has the potential to break free, because it wasn't able to do it when it was younger. So it's changed to a mindset, it's changed to, I guess, a frame, and it doesn't realize that it could absolutely destroy that chain and a stick as it's gotten older, but it knows no better. All right, and I think this is a huge lesson for all of us, is because depending on how you've been, you know, brought up, depending on how you have learned to do things, depending on, you know, what you've been taught or what you think you know versus understand and, you know, further being taught, we can get ourselves into some slippery slopes of, you know, wrongful mindsets or traps or tricks or ideas which we didn't know any better. Now that's okay, because you know, we're all going through life and we're all getting taught probably the majority of the same things, but sometimes what we need is someone to give us a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a kick, whether that's an encouragement, a motivation, or sometimes we need things to happen to force us to change. And in this case for Pat, that's what it was. He lost his job and he was forced to kind of break free. He had to think on his feet. He had to find a way to, you know, provide for his family. And that meant, because he was let go, he was able to let go in other areas to ensure that he was successful, that he was able to grow and thrive and level up in life. And there was a quote that he uses, "Life begins at the end of your comfort zone." Super key. And I think similar to this as well is we go through life thinking that we're absolutely smashing it. But I think a lot of the time is we're probably only using a percentage of our capability, of our potential. And if you're getting comfortable, you know, you need to get uncomfortable in order to grow. And this is with anything in life, whether it's building a business, whether it's doing a running training plan, whether it's, you know, trying to learn a new skill or just trying to get that promotion. All these things are very, very relevant. And if you're just comfortable, well, things are going to stay comfortable. But if you get uncomfortable, that's when things will start to change. And it could be for the worse first, but in order to grow, we need to fail to be able to learn and, you know, rinse and repeat, right? So I think this is a very relevant quote. In one of the chapters, he talks about be open to and welcoming the unforeseen events, because those unplanned moments are often the seeds of spectacular opportunities in your life. Now, this is somewhat very similar to point 1 and 2, right? But I think if we take a step above this, and even that quote saying that, you know, things will come and look at it as an opportunity, that's exactly what I want to talk about, is the mindset. The mindset you have is, a lot of people, you're going to have people that have a victim mindset. When something goes wrong, like they make excuses, they blame other people. Or you're going to see when something changes or whatever, you're going to have a mindset of like, okay, this is opportunity. How can I make something better out of this? What is my optimistic approach? What can I do to further myself? And sometimes that means just taking control and putting some hard work in. Or on the other side is people, you know, digress. They step away, they retract, they say, nah, this is all too much for me. So I think looking at when things change, when they're out of our control, or they surprise us, is look at the doors that open at the same time. Because it's through those doors where you will break free of the chains. It's where you will grow. It's where you will get out of your comfort zone. And then point number 4, which kind of sums it up beautifully, is in order to grow, you have to let go. Nada. It makes so much more sense. But look, I haven't even really touched on what he goes through in the book in detail, but he goes through a series of different things, from when he was starting out building his business, putting in processes, putting in, you know, mindsets, putting in, I guess, actions and steps to ensure that he's able to let go, whether it was meaning handing off processes, meaning the stuff that he used to do, whether it was editing his podcast or creating an ebook. He was giving that to other people to do so he could run the business at a higher level. He could think bigger picture, he could think long term, because until he freed up those areas, he wasn't able to do that. So letting go here has a whole bunch of different meanings. He was let go from his job. He had to let go of the fear. He had to let go of the doubters. He had to let go of, you know, people saying that he wouldn't make it. He had to let go of those different things and just take a chance, right? Take a step and do it. And then other areas, he had to let go of things that he loved to do, in terms of he loved doing the editing. He loved creating this. But in order for them to once again grow, him and his business, he had to look at it from a CEO mindset. He had to look at it from a bigger picture. And all these things, all being familiar of let go, all lead to that, you know, unless you're ready to let go of something isn't going to change. It might mean changing priorities. It might mean where you focus your time. It might mean giving people an opportunity. It might mean taking a different opportunity. Or it might mean taking control or taking action or taking responsibility of things which you've been, you know, avoiding for a long time. So that's the book by Pat Flynn, Let Go. I highly recommend it. Very easy read, very easy listen. I did it probably in 2 runs on 1.5 times speed, so very, very well done. He's got a bunch of different resources. Go check out Pat Flynn regardless. I feel like I go on a lot about this, but until you listen to it yourself, you're not going to have any understanding other than what I've just shared with you, right? And that's completely my opinion. So let me know. If you have listened to it, let me know in the comments below. If you're keen to listen to it, I've got a link down below as well. Otherwise, you know, check it out on Amazon, anywhere you'll be able to find it. So I really do appreciate you being here, but I also appreciate your feedback. I appreciate your comments. So if you've got something to share, something to say, something that you would like to see, put it in the comments below. All right, that's it from me. I'm gonna go have some breakfast. Getting eaten alive by mozzies. It's really bad. Everything is itchy. So make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do the whole shebang, and hustle. Ciao.